Well, I hope you enjoyed a great holiday weekend, and I know that everyone has got to be back to whatever it is you usually do on a Tuesday morning. We're in Psalm 57, and I think it's an important psalm for us this morning because it's the one where David is fleeing from Saul. Suddenly, Saul is his enemy, and David really didn't do anything wrong. It's just Saul was so jealous and so concerned about his kingdom and really wasn't walking with the Lord, and the Lord's hand was no longer on him for blessing. It was on him really for just to make his life miserable, really. And I know that's sometimes hard for us to imagine that God would put his hand to someone to make them miserable, and yet that's what was happening with Saul because of such an incredible disobedience. He was such an obstinate and willful man, and it reminds me a little bit about me, but that's another story for another day. But David ends up fleeing for his life, and this is one particular portion of his life where he's been running for a while, and now he finds himself hiding out in a cave. And this is the plea that David gives for mercy. And I want you to pay attention, because when you find yourself in a place like David where it doesn't seem like there's anywhere to turn, and it just doesn't seem like anyone cares or anyone will help or anything can help, we cry out to the Lord. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to cry out to him, but David does something very specific. When he cries out to the Lord, he actually tells himself, I need to praise the Lord. And you'll see it in the text that he kind of has to muster it up, because praise for the Lord does not come naturally in our troubled times. Yet praise for the Lord is due even in our troubled times. So listen to what he says. I'll read out the psalm. He says, be merciful unto me, verse number 1. O God, be merciful unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yea, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge until these calamities are be overpassed. I will cry unto God Most High, unto God that performeth all things for me. And so he's recognizing where all of his blessings come from, and where every single good thing does come from. And verse number 3, he says, he shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach of him that would swallow me up. Selah. He says, Saul wants to swallow me up, and he's got all the resources. And Lord, I believe that you can send from heaven and save me. Rest of verse number 3 says, God shall send forth his mercy and his truth. Verse number 4 says, my soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongues are a sharp sword. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down, and they have digged a pit before me, into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. And so he's talking about all these people that are amassed against him and the resources, and it really is set against him, and it's pretty intense, and there's traps, and he even in the midst of that, he says, it's so far they've fallen into him and not me. But then he turns his attention. Here's where it turns. He says, verse number 7 says, my heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. Listen to this next phrase. Awake up, my glory. Awake, psaltery and harp. I myself will awake early. Listen to what he's waking up to in verse number 9. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people. I will sing unto thee among the nations. For thy mercy is great unto the heavens, and thy truth unto the clouds. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. And as I said, in the midst of our struggles, what comes to us naturally is to have a short fuse and to be angry or frustrated or even depressed. What comes to us naturally is to lash out at those around us for the slightest things and hold them responsible for every single pain that we feel, or even accusing them of not really caring about us. And David says, I'm not going to do that. I am going to rejoice. The things that I think are not the best that are coming from other people, I'm just going to rejoice in the Lord. You notice how he doesn't say, I'm going to rejoice when Saul is overcome, when my pain is gone, when my obstacle is overcome. He says, I will rejoice now. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm going to rejoice right now, proving it doesn't come natural to us. And so I want to encourage you today, no matter what you're going through, wake up and rejoice in the Lord. And I know that'll help you have a great day.